XRP holders, welcome back. Let's talk some crypto and two interesting headlines that I wanted to share with you guys. We're going to get into the price XRP needs to obtain to settle all of the CBDC talk. Also, we'll get into the conversation, is XRP's price being suppressed right now? Okay, so welcome back. For those of you that do not know, my name is Mark. We talk crypto every single day. Join us here on the channel. If you have not hit that like button, please subscribe down below and let's talk some crypto, okay? And as we get going, I do trade on BITUNIX. If you want to start trading with me, I do have a 25% bonus to your futures account. If you are a futures trader, use my link down below. Start trading. Great interface, huge platform. I think if you are looking for the best one out there, one of the best. I hate being subjective in that, but that's just my opinion. So if you want to sign up with BITUNIX, start trading today. Links are down below to enjoy that bonus, which is a huge promotion that they're running, and it's one that I think that does kind of outweigh a lot of the promotions that we do see in the space. Okay, so BITUNIX, links are down below. Make sure it's right for you where you're located. Okay, but let's look at the last hour. We have shifted green as we do look at the crypto bubbles, and you can see kind of here in the top 100, XRP still below $3. Okay, so it is what it is. We are down 1.8% on the day. See if we can relinquish that and get back above $3. I've talked about XRP on the charts and what I'm looking at personally. And, you know, full disclosure, guys, this is one where as we look into kind of the momentum that we've had, right? A lot of positive things going for us in the market. XRP, in my opinion, is teed up, okay? What I mean by that is we're starting to see that coil effect. It's starting to really kind of take shape. Just waiting for Q4 and Q1 of 2026, I think, to really experience what altcoins could be bringing to the table. Right now, there's just so much macro going on, right? You got political stuff. You got the likes of the interest rates dropping. The headlines are just away from what XRP is doing intrinsically. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys right here in this video, okay? So first and foremost, let's get into the price that XRP needs to settle CBDCs and the global FX. You can look into this latest review coming out from Pompeius and talking about how XRP could settle the national debt, and if Ripple could apply the escrow holdings of roughly about 35.6 billion XRP towards the United States $35 trillion debt. This would be a XRP price needed to be $983 to settle that debt. I know you guys are watching, you probably chuckled the same as I do, but goes down to the narrative where the XRP price is kind of subjective in a sense. It's all irrelevant, right? It's all what somebody is willing to pay for this asset. That's why sometimes tokenomics and market cap does not apply to crypto, and XRP is one of those cryptos that you can't really put those realistic expectations, because within the world of CBDCs, cross-border payments, the liquidity needed, as well as the SWIFT banking system, XRP could really experience something that I don't think we've seen in any crypto thus far, okay? So looking at this, if we talk about the CBDCs that represent 98% of global GDP, in a 2024 BIS report, this is how XRP could kind of shore up that liquidity there. If you look into how other nations right now currently testing Ripple's technology, using private versions of the ledger in pilots to test remittances, swaps, and cross-border trials. This is kind of where you look into this, right? The global FX market that moves about $7.5 trillion daily. That's another opportunity outside of SWIFT, okay? So tapping into that liquidity directly, you could see almost $27 trillion tied up into those accounts. There's a huge amount of liquidity just waiting for XRP if they can capitalize and shore up some of that market share when we talk CBDCs and cross-border settlements, okay? So that's just kind of like a dream, a non-reality, a viewpoint into the future. We're not there yet, but there is that potential that's always on the table. So I thought it was worth sharing right here in this video. But also kind of shifting gears here, talking about the claim from a financial expert out there in the space on how XRP's price may be being suppressed right now and how that is not coincidental. And that's something that does kind of stick out to me as XRP is failing to break through $3. We've been above it, but for some reason we just keep retreating back to that $3 level. But looking into the large financial institutions and the banks, they're actively accumulating XRP at huge levels, okay? So before XRP makes its move, they're buying when XRP's price is low. I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell crypto. It's not financial advice, but I always say follow the whales, follow the money, follow the price action, okay? And this is where I would say from a retail perspective, I read your guys' comments, and a lot of people are saying out there right now, XRP, why is it not going up? You're just sitting back waiting to buy XRP once it makes its move. The banks, the institutions, the big money players, they're all buying XRP right now under $3, okay? And I had that same mindset when XRP was under $2, and I said, pretty much anytime you get XRP under 50 cents or 60 cents at the time was a huge buy. Anytime you get XRP under $2, which was the new 50 cents, that is a huge buy. Very similar mindset and environment that we are in right now as XRP is trading under $3, okay? And notice how this continues to build and snowball. That's kind of been the trend that I have been picking up. Now, some of this theory coming out from Dr. Willie's statements talking about the price suppression as strategies have been employed to keep XRP's price low. The allegation is on a multiple year basis, but there's no evidence that Ripple is cooperating with banks or other financial institutions to suppress the price of XRP. My comment and what I've been saying all along, it does Ripple no good to see the price of XRP low. All it does is give them time, but for Ripple executives, shareholders, whatever, whoever holds a significant portion of XRP, they want to see the price go up just as much as we do, okay? And this is where David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technology officer, has dismissed these claims numerous times, talking about how XRP's performance very comparable to the likes of Cardano, XLM, in towards the more established cryptos that have been trading in the markets and seeing the same kind of price action, okay? So, you know, the monthly escrow releases, token sales, all that good stuff, I have my thoughts on that, but we'll leave that out for another day, and I'm not going to use that into the price of XRP being suppressed because, like I said, stemming on my previous comment, XRP executives want to see the price of XRP boom, trust me, all right? But as we drop below $3 once again, this is now a weekly low of $2.96 we saw back on September 15th, quickly rebounding to above $3 for a short period of time, but now we have dropped below $3 again. So I don't think that this is actually confirmation that XRP is being suppressed. However, as we look into the broader market, I kind of lend towards that conversation. The whole market is experiencing this same move, okay? So for everybody thinking that XRP's price is being suppressed, then you can make the same argument that every crypto in the top 100 is seeing their executives, their higher-ups all suppressing their respective token prices, okay? So that's kind of where I'm at for context. But looking at the big board once again, like I said, it's a very similar day overall. 0 to 2% moves into the red. Some cryptos are being hit harder than others, but historically, I do think that over the weekend, we will be bloody until Monday, okay? And it usually works either opposite, right? We'll either be pumping over the weekend, then Monday we're going to have a sell-off, or vice versa. And I think that's kind of what we're experiencing right now on the charts as XRP is into the red and still trading below $3, okay? So what I'm looking at, this is the entry point to Q4, okay? XRP is at 298. That seems like a blip in the past. If we continuously look at the trajectory that XRP has been on, even on this past year, over the last 365 days, getting over 400% gains, right? We were at 50 cents just this year. And then for a moment of time, it was the 50 cents, then it was the $1, then it was the $2, then it's now the $3 level, okay? Notice how that floor keeps raising for XRP. That's what I'm keyed in on. That's my biggest takeaway of XRP's price action over the last year. And it's another reason why I'm bullish, right? Keep making higher lows after another. Sets up for good rewards. And I think that that's kind of where as XRP holders, if you're buying XRP before the SEC litigation down below 60 cents, we're kind of in a great spot. Okay, so let's sit back, enjoy the ride. Wanted to share with you guys two of those headlines here as we get into the weekend. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have not hit that subscribe button, please do so now. Also, be sure to follow me on X, YouTube, all that good stuff. And if you wanted to get signed up with BITUNIX, start trading today. That link is down below in the description. All right, leave you with that. Enjoy the rest of the day. We'll talk to you all in the next video. Cheers.